Hello guys, we have a short 3-game slate for Thursday, starting off with the Lakers at Milwaukee. This is going to be a very competitive game, probably going to see a lot of ownership on a lot of these guys, but this actually is very appealing. The Lakers and the Bucks, they both are involved in a lot of blowouts, so the Lakers price especially, they finally had a close game last time. They actually lost against the Warriors, so I do expect them now to come out this game really motivated to win this game against a top tier team. So I do think this is going to be a competitive game. And that in that case, AD, LeBron, they're going to play big minutes. They played 37 and 38 minutes respectively. Last time, I would expect them to play similar minutes. And, with them this cheap due to blowouts, this is just way too cheap for both of them. I prefer LeBron over AD because he's just a little bit cheaper. And also, a lot of people talk about LeBron versus Giannis and AD as well, but LeBron with his assist upside, I think that's why I would have him over AD. But both of them are totally fine. I would actually be fine playing both of them together even because it's only a 3-game slate. Schroeder, he's fine, but you're not really getting like a discount off of him. And the Bucks, again, they are allowing a lot of 3-point opportunities, so that's more suited for like KCP, Kuzma, Caruso. Harrell 5200. He's okay. The Bucks haven't been as strong as centers, and Harrell's price it's definitely a lot appealing with him just being cheaper. Maybe this is more of a Harrell game because he's a little bit quicker on his feet than Gasol, so maybe Harrell could see close to 30 minutes. KCP, you guys know how I feel about him. If you have followed me for a while now, like I do like this guy. He's helped me, in tournaments a lot, so I do like KCP. I think he's pretty affordable. His minutes are in question. Don't really know how many minutes he's going to play every game. Wesley Matthews being healthy, there obviously is another body in there, but there's going to be definitely looks for KCP. So I think there's some upside. He's just going to be one of those value guys that we have. We have a lot of them on this slate. Gasol as well, 3,600. I would say a lower upside. Minutes probably a little bit lower than KCP, and also he's taking up a valuable center spot. Alex Caruso, 3,200. He's okay as well. His defense is going to be needed, and he's a lot cheaper, one of the cheaper 3K value options. So he's in play. And then the last one, Wesley Matthews. This guy, he has a very low floor, but he just needs to knock down shots. And again, the matchup, it sets up well for him to get shot attempts. And if you're in a revenge narrative, this is a revenge spot. His first game against his old team. Now, the Milwaukee side, Giannis, 10.5K, being the only guy priced above 5 digits, he's going to be chalk, but you just take it. 10.5K of a Giannis that playing way more minutes than last season, competitive game. This man, he's just the most productive player in fantasy, so just lock him in. I think it's totally fine playing him with Middleton or Drew. I wouldn't want all three of them together, but their prices are definitely very appealing, especially Drew, 6,600. It's pretty nice. Middleton as well, 7,600. He's in someone that's over 8K. Brook Lopez, 5,100. He's fine, but Marc Gasol does close out a little bit, over closing out. Sometimes it just allows people to get past him. So he's actually not the best matchup you would think for 3-point shooters. DiVincenzo, 4,900. He's fine as well. He plays big minutes. Bobby Portis is probably going to be a popular value play. He's very productive, but last time he was mostly splitting minutes with Giannis, and then he got some for Brook, but a lot of these games are because of blowout or foul trouble. So these 40-point games, that is his ceiling though. So he has monster upside, and he's just very productive. So he's going to be a good value option. Connaughton, DJ Augustine, these are both guys that are a little bit deeper, but because they are very cheap, and DJ Augustine, he's the minimum. So I would actually be most interested in DJ. He's a shot poorly. Imagine if he didn't shoot this poorly. If he made 4 shots. And he got obviously more than 2 DK points, he would probably be chalky. But because he shot horribly, they actually made his price the minimum, which, he's getting decent minutes for 3K. You're not going to find someone with this kind of minutes at this price. So I like DJ Augustine as a very good value option. The Knicks side, Randall, 8,800. They are a little bit healthier. They're going to probably be getting back Alec Burks for this game. And again, the Warriors, they're just not a great team. They're also on a back-to-back, so it could definitely help the Knicks. Randall, with Tosh Gibson back, Obi Toppin back too, Randall's still been seeing big minutes. He hasn't been seeing center minutes, so that's one knock on him. But I mean, Draymond Green, has a reputation of being a good defender, but this year against power forwards, Golden State has been the worst top or bottom 5 actually against power forward. So I do like Randall. RJ Barrett's fine, but we're not really getting a discount. Mitchell Robinson 6K, he's good too, but it's kind of like I'd rather pay up to like maybe Drew or Conley. Elf with Burks back, it's just not really interested in for me. And then value Noel Toppin. I mean, if you think that foul trouble or for some reason he could get more minutes because of how well he's playing, 3,200, that looks pretty nice. He had some good games before he got hurt, like 22-19. That's pretty good for 3,200. And then the Warriors side, Curry always going to be in play. Wiggins, yeah, he was coming in questionable with an injury, but because he played, I probably expect him to play here again. Oubre, again, the minutes being staggered, playing with the bench that helps him. Prefer him over Wiggins. Draymond 5,500. He's totally fine. Again, good upside. Wiseman 4,500. Knicks have been absolutely horrible against centers. Both of these guys are very foul prone. The centers on both teams. So there's definitely concern. But Wiseman 4,500. He has good upside. So this is a little bit too cheap. Probably gonna be very popular, but for good reason. Damian Lee, Kent Bazemore. I mean, they're just value plays. I think I prefer like the other guys that I mentioned, like with the Lakers and the Bucks, though. Now, this Pelicans and Jazz game, this is a rematch from 2 nights before, and some things have changed. Like Lonzo minutes limit probably going to be a little bit higher, but still probably going to be limited, so that definitely hurts his upside. Probably prefer Bledsoe then. Ingram's a lot cheaper. Zion a little bit cheaper as well. Adams, I think they're all in play, but none of these guys just really stand out for value. JJ Redick, Hart, they're fine. Redick, I would prefer him just because he can actually get hot. He gets the ball, gets a lot of shots. Jackson Hazy were playing like a blowout route or something. And then finally for the Jazz side, they got back Joe Ingles. Their favorites still probable. Their prices are a lot more appealing as well. Last time I said Bojan and Gobert were in the core. I'm not sure about Bojan. Gobert will be because he's just way too cheap. Mitchell, he's totally fine as well. Conley, good. Clarkson, not for me with Ingles being back. Bojan, the reason why I'm not going to have him in that core for right now, maybe, like, it's because of how this entire slate's going. Like, there's a lot of cheap options, like cheaper options. Like, we've seen, like, for example, like Gobert, he's a lot cheaper than last time. Just discounts on these more expensive dudes or, like, value guys who are a lot cheaper than they should be, that it kind of just sets them in like the mid-range where it's like no man's land. Joe Ingles, value play, fine. Favors if you're playing Gobert, foul trouble route. So this is actually something I want to show you guys. Like if you just stack the studs, say like you go LeBron, Giannis, 2 of my core plays, and you have Gobert, and then you need some value, you can go with Wiseman, and then you can do Julius Randle, because I know that looks tough, but again, you have guys like DJ Augustine, he's 3K, and then there's like Caruso, he's totally fun to play at this price tag, and then you have JJ Redick. Like these 3K value guys, they can definitely get you like 20, and they don't need you to get 20 yet, because for this cheap, you're able to get basically, let's say 3 studs, and then you get a very good like mid to high price in Gobert. Like you're getting a lot of raw points out of these guys. And on 3M slate, shorter slates, you always want raw points. So, that's like one example of a lineup that I would build. You can feel free to use that. I don't really mind. But, for the core, though, I'm probably not going to force you guys to have that little salary to work with. So, again, I'm going to put Gobert and then Wiseman wherever he is. And really, that's the only 4 guys that I'm like, I think are the best plays. So for right now, that's going to be the main 4 plays. I'll update you guys as usual again on my Twitter at Waffles with like the usual 5 picks, and then I'll give out the value plays as well. But yeah, it's really about just mixing in the right like 3 to 4K value plays, and probably playing the chalky Giannis and someone on the Lakers to run it back. So that's going to be the video, guys. If you enjoyed, please leave a like before you go. Subscribe to the channel, and as always, you can always comment down below, or you can DM me on my Twitter. Again, link in the description below. So good luck on this slate, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.